Okay, so in this video I want to quickly talk about a few things in the Grand Theft Auto series that don't really make any sense. Some of them will be about the series, some of them will be about a specific game, but here we go. So I think the number one thing that's got me confused is in San Andreas. If you kill someone, you get 1 star if it's in front of a cop. Kill a cop, you might get 2 stars, I think. I went on a rampage recently and killed about 100 people, stole about 2 cars and a bike, and got 3 stars. But if I enter one of the other islands before I've unlocked it, I get 4 stars. So really, how's that a bigger crime than killing many people, or even one person, or stealing something, or basically anything? The second one, and I can understand why they do this, but in hindsight it doesn't actually make much sense. With the gang ones, more so sort of like 3 Liberty City Stories, whatever. There'll be gangs like Triads, the Mafia, and whatever. Eventually, you'd kind of kill them all off, but in this one, you kind of don't. I think on 3 alone, the first time I played 3, I killed about 1,000 Mafia people, maybe about 5,000 Triads, and they weren't even thinning out at all. I can understand why Rockstar would do something like that. It would be more boring if they'd eventually tie up, but it doesn't really make much sense, so I can see why. The next one comes in a few Grand Theft Autos, not all of them, not Vice City Stories, I think, not San Andreas, not 5, and maybe not 4. Why can't the protagonist, the main villain, swim, basically? It really doesn't make for better gameplay, really. That one just doesn't make any sense when it comes to the game, or why Rockstar would do that in general. The next one doesn't apply to all of them again, but I kind of want to know what happens to all the protagonists after their specific game. What happens to Claude after 3? What happens to CJ after San Andreas? Do they die? Do they become really wealthy? What happens? Now I think the one from Liberty City Stories was on 3, which 3 takes place after Liberty Cities, if you go by their timeline standards. Yeah. What happens to Claude? What happens to CJ? Whatever else. The next one, and this is one that I can kind of understand why Rockstar would do this, is why are there weapons in completely random places? I understand why Rockstar put them all there, but with the game itself, it doesn't really make much sense. And the last one, if there's a locked bridge or anything, this applies to, I think, all of them. You actually can't jump over it. You kind of glitch. It's the worst in, I think, 3. So Claude would jump more like this all the time. And if you hit something, you'd kind of go back and get a bit dazed for a little bit. And if there's nothing there, something you can easily get over, I just don't see why he does the whole coming back and getting dazed kind of thing. And the last one applies to most of them, except for San Andreas, and actually no it does. Why don't these protagonists need to eat? So sure, in San Andreas you can eat, but you don't need to. You can play the game without eating at all, ever. But why? With the game's what do you call it? Times, your say 3 hour go could be like a week to them. They haven't eaten in a week. They haven't lost any weight. They still look fine. But why? I can sort of see why they do this. It'd be kind of annoying to just go back to the restaurants every so often, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I think that's about it. So, if anyone's watching this and they have any answers, um, uh, comment your answer or answers, I guess. But other than that, I will say